Hello. Hi. My name is Rina Chavez, and my tactical skill that I will be talking about today is cross country. I was a student athlete at middle school and high school. I was participated as a cheerleader in eighth grade. I ran cross country in my sophomore and junior years, and I ran track my eighth grade, my sophomore, and my freshman years. Now, why I picked cross country is because cross country is it's a very complex sport that it is not very talked on about. Now, why do I mention that? Now is because cross country it is a very universal cardio exercise that everyone has accepted or has performed in their lifetime. When it comes to running, it is efficient to perform the exercise by having proper body mechanics. When it comes to cross country, now it is when it comes to you have different variables that come into place in the sport. That is that you are being timed on the running distance. Running distances varies from all different athletes. Running distances can be when an athlete has a longer strides, but when also two athlete is able to have a um, faster a faster pace in their running. Many times when it comes to the athletes, they have to make sure that they train for these extraneous practices. The context of the sport is that they're on open fields and metro parks where the competitions are being held. Now, they run the cross country practices can go up to 5 to 7 miles or more, and it can be not just in a metro park, but it can also be within miles of like going from one city to the next. So when it comes to the sport itself, it is very important for the athletes to keep motivated one another. When it comes to the relationship with the coach and the athletes, it is very important for the coach to take a note of all of the athletes and their goals, whether that is for the athlete to have a better timing at the next practice, or also that it comes with the next meet. Now, when it comes to the sport itself, there is a. I would like to explain the importance of stretching when it comes to a static stretching. That is when a participant stays in place and stretches for a longer period of time. And then the dynamic stretches is when the participant moves from one place to the next. Now, one thing that I would want to mention when it comes to cross country is that participants are learning the responsibilities that it takes to become not only a good athlete, but also when it comes to becoming a successful student, that it is that when the students are able to have good academics, having good relationship with their peers, such as their parents, their friends, and their family members, and so on and so forth. The sport of cross country teaches self discipline. There's a lot of there's more sacrifices that come to the sport. I would say the practices are very hard, and then you do not get better with the next practice. It takes time. One thing that I would like to add is that the coach is able to have a very good communication with their athlete when it comes to pushing the athlete to know, pushing their athlete to do their best. One thing that I've appreciated with my coaches is that I have always been the athlete that has asked my coach, how can I do better? Now, there have been coaches that do follow their athletes and ask these things, but I know it's a very good thing to put the student into. It is very important for the student to take responsibility and to ask for help, whether that is for their specific goals to be achieved within the next week. I know the very communication and honesty comes in a very important aspects to have as an athlete. Knowing that you're motivated and knowing that you are there, that you're showing up. I know that for me, it was never easy to become an athlete, and especially when it came to cross country. I would like for the students to feel like they are comfortable in their own way, to be able to run at their own comfortable pace. Then they are able to build onto their strengths, making their weaknesses to become their newer strengths. I think it's very, very important to be involved in the athlete when it comes to be physically active, being there. Now, as I would say, as a coach, it is very, very important to practice of what you do. And for me, is that running can liberate the stress that I have as a college student. I do take pride in that, in being able to rely on something that I can go for. That is going for a run. I would like to see what the future can hold. And I would only like to see good attributes of what I can bring as a coach. Now, with that being said, this is my plan of how I would interpret the tactical skill of teaching cross country. Thank you and have a great day.